From the automotive capital of the world, we get a look at a venue that pays homage to that industry. Welcome to Ford Field here in Detroit, Michigan. The punter Jack Fox to get this one started. And we're off in Detroit. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. First play is to the air. He's got Khalil Shakir. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Throwing now on 1st down. Left side into the hands of Shakir. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints take a 6-0 lead right away. Groupie's extra point is good. And the Saints will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Reed now to kick this one away. Return starts from the goal line. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Running it with David Montgomery. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. Connection made to the rookie from Washington. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit. First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete, 4th down coming up.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. Call that punt a 52-yard effort. And the Saints will get set to take over. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Takes the handoff, now to throw. He rolls to his right. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now it's 2nd down.
You know, I don't mind taking that risk, especially on early downs. You try to shot downfield, it doesn't work. But Kate, the good news, you've got 2 more downs to try to find it first.
The first carry now for Kyron Williams. And he found some running room for a nice gain. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
And the Lions into a nickel set for 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Connection made to Shakir. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And it sets up 2nd down. Back to throw. And that's incomplete, and he's happy to have that one fall compared to, well, the alternative. Looked like it was going to be picked there.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
Shakir with the ground. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Up the gut they go with Williams. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. They made it a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he'll score! Touchdown, New Orleans! The Saints take a 13-0 lead. Group B to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Reed now to kick this one away. Tony now to return it. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. 1st and 10 now from the 30. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. He was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Taking a look at that scoreboard, and you just can't go backwards. If you're going to close this gap, you've got to stay on schedule. I've had a hard time doing so with a double-digit deficit.
Throw complete to Williams. And he stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. Back to the line they go. It's second down. He's dropping back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first. Back and beginning the second quarter. Lions in possession. They'll need something big here to start out. It's third and long. He's going to throw this one. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. The Lions readying for the punt. Fair catch called for and made. Looks like that's at the 36-yard line. No return on that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
On first down, they'll run. And the defense not caught off guard at all. They track him down after a small gain.
That's just a good play to mix up what you're doing and keep that defense guessing. The execution, that's pretty well done too. Creating the space for a solid pickup.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 48. Connects with Johnson. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Nearly an interception on that play. So they're left facing third and long. He'll look to throw. That's caught for the first. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play. Quick throw out wide by Love. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. Well, we see the medical staff headed out there now. We're going to get a timeout as they handle an injured player. Not what you want to see so close to the end of the season. They give it to him up the middle. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Saints take a 20-zip lead. Groupie adds the extra point. And the Saints stretch their lead to 21. Reed now to kick this one away. Return starts from the goal line. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibbs. Hit behind the line, and the ball is loose. And the Saints grab it. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Well, that didn't take long. So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble. 2nd and 10 now. Nearly intercepted. Ooh, he almost had it. Couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. That brings up 3rd down.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
And he didn't get enough into that throw. That's low and incomplete, so they're going to be facing 4th down coming up. It'll be another punt. Jack Fox out there once again. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it's going to be their football coming up. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
Pass play on 1st and 10. Escapes the pocket. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. They'll throw it. Finds him on the slant. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
To throw again on 2nd and 10. He finds Johnson. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down. From the red zone now. And he brings it in for a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints running away so far. We've got a 27-zip game. Groupie's extra point is good. And the Saints continue piling onto this lead. Reed now to kick this one away. Tony now to return it. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Putting a receiver in motion. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Catch made by Chuck. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in the Motor City. The Lions pushing for points. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. from the 37. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Looking for Sam Laporta with that one. But still plenty of options left on 3rd and short. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. He finds Laporta. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Back to throw now. Has it in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. We have a timeout here. 2nd one taken by New Orleans. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down. As long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out, and it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the rush coming off the edge, and they block it! And they'll stuff out that return before it gets too far, so just a block extra points on the play. Fox now to kick this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. And that's going to be knocked away. Incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. So that brings up 2nd down.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Throwing once again on 2nd and 10. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Setting up a throw. Buys time, rolling right. And this one is dropped and incomplete. He had the pick in his hands, couldn't hang on. It's going to be 4th down. Here comes the Saints punting unit. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. Breaks the tackle, still going. And this return finally comes to an end. What a stretch it was to give his guys a short field. He nearly took this one all the way. A huge return that easily could have ended in 6. And the Lions more than happy to take over in enemy territory. On 1st down, they'll run with Montgomery. And he can only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line. Detroit calls timeout. It's 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They're throwing it. Laporta with the grab. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. 3rd and just 2 to go. One final shot before halftime. And forget the field goal, Brock. They reach the end zone to end this first half on a high note. Now The second time we've had the privilege of calling a touchdown pass to him in this opening half, Brock, and you're starting to get the feeling that he isn't done yet.
Well, but defensively, Kate, you got to do something different. It's kind of like a pitcher who gives up a home run and then a second home run to that same guy. You are not going to give him a pitch to hit, and this defense has got to start taking this receiver away.
They motion the tight end over. He's throwing for it! And they can't connect, so nearly 8 points to end the first half, but they'll only take an extra 6 into that locker room. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Reed now to kick this one away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing. St. Brown's got it. Complete. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
This is brought in at the 15. So the Lions giving it another go, trying for 2 once more. They're going play action. And the call to go for it not rewarded as the pass falls incomplete. Trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. His return starts at the 5. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Second half starts with a run by Williams. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Going to be second down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Finds his back, Kyron Williams. And he'll go down, it will say right at the 39-yard line.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. He gets 6 on that play, and the Saints are going to have a first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Still sticking with the passing game. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Working across the middle, Brock. It is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. Back now, pressure on its way. Gets this one to Shaheed. And they get this down to the 28. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
And they'll only find 1 yard up the gut, second down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
On 2nd and 9. Well, his first real mistake, that's intercepted. Chuck Clark has it. And the Lions will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception.
We know that no lead in the NFL is safe. A 1-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. How many of these games so often come down to one possession in the end? With a half of football left, you just can't give away too many gifts and too many possessions.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. Has it downfield, working the left. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Gibbs now from the gun. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Okay, the 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule. You're going to have to pick up the pace.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They'll toss it to Gibbs. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. Here we go, 2nd and very long. Has it down close. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack them, only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
And he pushed for it, but they managed to stop him at the 2. Give him a couple on the run, and it's now 2nd and goal.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
And in for the Detroit touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. This our last play of the quarter. Running right, it's Williams. Oh, he drops a cut to the right sideline. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. He gets him 9 on the ground. A good pickup and a second down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
He's got Shaheed. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Third down, 1 yard to go. Running for the marker with Williams. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
From the 46. Connection made to Shakir. Oh, he lost the football. Going the other way, Lions have it. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Okay, this is one of those circumstances where you got to play all the way through the whistle, right? Didn't look good defensively. Give up a big chunk passing play, but then you turn around and one hit totally changes the moment. You get the ball back and you turn the mojo in this building around.
2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Throwing now from the gun. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And he crosses his sideline a yard or 2 beyond, it looks like the 30.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays in the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up a takeaway.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. He goes back to him yet again, completes. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for a New Orleans first down. Now a give running right. Juke the defender. And the reverse makes it to the end zone. Touchdown! The Saints make it a 9-point advantage. Groupie adds the extra point. And the Saints make it a 10-point ball game. Reed now to kick this one away. Tony now to return it. And he gets to the 25, but not much further before going out. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. A give left side for Gibbs. And he couldn't do a whole lot there. Minimal yardage picked up to the 27. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's a throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but
looking up towards the dome, can't bring it in clean. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Well, we knew it, Brock, and now they know it too. That one was on their defense. A costly penalty flag there as that turns 4th down into 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Hits him on the out route. And he reaches the 30 before going out of bounds. They're now set for 1st and 10. The give now out of the shotgun. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Handoff goes to Williams, running right. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Dump off caught by his back. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
They'll run the toss for Williams. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down. So this a win on the road for the Saints. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it?